Happy Saturday, Gems. Hope you guys are doing great. I'm so sorry about the delay in getting back to you guys this week. It's been a crazy week, but nonetheless, I'm here, and hope you guys are doing great. Hope you're having a good weekend. Promise not to keep you too long, but today's jewel drop is about when the door won't open. So, so Gems. A few years ago, a friend of mine, his name is Pastor Lee, he had given me this book to read called Detours, The Unpredictable Path to Your Destiny. And the book is by Dr. Tony Evans. He's a pastor out of Dallas. And Gems, this book was amazing. It really was. I've read it a few times, but I happened to pick it back up this past week. And it took me to a section that I thought was very interesting, and I wanted to share it with you guys uh, with regards to when a door won't open and like what could be the reason for that. So, on our spiritual paths, on our spiritual walk, yours and mine, we all have dreams and visions and goals we want to attain, things we want to happen in our life, good things. And for whatever reason, maybe a door is not opening for you. And in this book, and it's again entitled Detours, Dr. Tony Evans talks about when a door won't open and why. And one of the reasons was because it says, we are not in alignment. You are out of alignment. And I said, well, you better go ahead and speak that to me. But yes, when you are out of alignment, especially in your spiritual walk, a door won't open. It's as simple as that. And we are gonna all come across that in our life. And what happens is, like for me personally, there are certain dreams and aspirations that I have, certain goals that I want to attain before I leave this earth. And one of them is leaving a legacy of wealth to my children. And my grandchildren and my great grandchildren. I don't want them to have to live and go through the things I've had to go through to make ends meet. I want it to be a little easier for them. And I think we all want that for our next generation and the generations to come. And in doing that, there are certain there's a certain lifestyle I have to live and I have to acquire in order to do that. And one of my downfalls is that I like to shop. I like expensive things. I like to spend money. And for the goals that I want to attain, that will be difficult. God has shown me to accomplish if you don't change some of your habits. So those habits of mine have allowed me to take certain detours on my path of life in order to attain the goals and the visions that I want for myself and for my family. So I've had to take a few detours and be disciplined along the way to get to what I want, to be on this path of victory. And if I can give you an example, like how Tony Evans describes it in the book, he says, just imagine a car that's not in alignment, it needs a wheel alignment. What happens, it's shaky, it's wobbly, it's not running right, it needs to be corrected. Well, when our life is out of alignment, according to what God would have for us, then things are going to get shaky, things are going to get wobbly, things need to be corrected. And we have to truly soul search ourselves to know what needs to be corrected within us. Only you know that. But if you are a person who is stuck right now and you're like, gosh, why won't this door open for me? You have to try to figure out why. It could be you're trying to pursue a new relationship. Maybe you want to meet your spouse or would like to get involved in a new relationship with someone. And for some reason, that door just won't open. And it just could be that God is taking his time with you. He had to put you on a detour because maybe you got old baggage that you can't bring into this new relationship. The things you used to do are just not going to work now. They may have worked in the past, but no, this path that you're on now, you've got to do something different. And in order to do that something different, you may have to take a detour before you get to that person. I mean, it could be anything. Maybe you're trying to start a new business of some sort. And you don't have the correct business ethics to make it happen for you. God is going to allow you to take that detour, get you right before he puts you back on that path to victory. One thing about God, he's not going to bless us with anything before it is our time, before we are ready for it. Because whatever he's going to give us, it's going to be used for his glory. And that is the beauty of being God's child. He's going to take his time with us. He's going to mold us, correct us, create in us a new thing, a good thing. And when we do get to that point, that path, that victory that we so desire, we don't want to lose it. We want to keep it, and he wants us to keep it. So don't think that God is trying to hold back anything from you, because he is not. He is working for our good. And sometimes that requires us to take a detour in life to get right, get correct. And sometimes those detours take longer than we expect, but that's not God's fault. That's our fault. Sometimes we have to take detour after detour after detour before we get it right, because that could be our own stubbornness, our own hard-headedness. You know what you got to do. We know what we have to do. And those detours allow us the time to get it right, to clean up our mess, to fix things, to make it correct. And so we have to thank God for those times. Although they can be painful and they don't feel good and they can be an inconvenience, they are going to be for our good. All things that don't feel good are not, they're not, that doesn't mean that it's a bad thing. It just means that it's just going to take a little time to get us right, and then it will feel good. So thank God for those times. Thank God for those detours. Thank God for wanting to spend a little extra time with us to make things right. It's not always easy, but it is necessary. So I do hope that that was a blessing to you, Gems. I know it was a blessing to me. There are things on my path that I don't want to go backwards for. I don't want to be retested in the same place. I want to get it right. Lord, teach me what I need to know on this particular detour, so that when you put me back on that path to victory, I'm going all the way. I'm going all the way, and I don't want to turn back, and I don't want to look back, and I don't want you to look back either. So you can just take some time to soul search yourself and figure out what may need to be corrected or fixed or changed, and move from there. We all have different detours. We all have different paths that we want to live out. We all have different dreams and uh, all different types of things we want to accomplish. And we all may have to take certain detours before we get there. So whatever I can do to help you, I'm here. I'm going to be praying for you. I hope you're praying for me. But that is the jewel drop for the day. I look forward to seeing you guys next week. And you go ahead and enjoy the rest of your weekend, okay? God bless you.